Hey guys, it's Bao JohnyTechReview and I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm going to give you guys a quick review of this product that I've been using for about a month and a half now. As a disclaimer, the company reached out to me and asked me if I want to take a look at this. So we have ceiling fan all in the house, ranging from the high cool, more expensive fan to the more cheaper Home Depot $150 fan. And in my kids' room, it usually is pretty hot here during the summer, so we wanted to have a fan in here, and this fan here seemed to fit the style that my kid would enjoy. So on the Amazon website, they have a few different options. I will give you guys a link below, you can take a look. They have other options that is maybe fitting your style, but for me, I went with the industrial Fandelier. It comes with this remote control here, and today I want to talk real quick about some of the installation process, the quality, how is it being going on in this room for about a month and a half or so. So first of all, let's talk installation. So this is not my first time installing a ceiling fan in my house. It's pre-wire ready, so all I have to do is just take the other wire out. There's a hook in place. All I have to do is just go ahead and connect it. However, it depends on the fan that you're installing. This process might be different for everybody. So if you need a professional, get that. But for me, I've done a few of these in the past, and so I'm pretty familiarized with it. Just remember, go cure the circuit breaker and safety first. Okay. So the fans ship everything in the big box, and it's a pretty hefty fan. Build quality seems pretty good. It feels heavy. The blade itself, I don't think they make out of metal. Or if they are, they're like aluminum or something. They're not really the tough, heavy metal. And then of course, with the unit itself, the outsides are made out of metal, and there's a cage, and I'll show you guys a video of that. I also make out of metal. With the installation process, it took me probably around 30-40 minutes, taking my time, just looking through everything, making sure I do it right. There's one part where I dropped the fan in, and there was not enough room for the controller that slipped on top of the fan, and turned out I didn't drop it properly into the little hole in the sink down. So just make sure that when you're installing this, that you let it drop completely down and it fall into place, and I'll show a few videos of those so you guys get an idea. The fan also comes with a 6-inch or a 10-inch down rod. For my ceiling, I have a 9-foot ceiling here, so I just installed the 6-inch and it works pretty well. I could have gone for the 10-inch, but it will be down a little bit more, and for my kids standing on the bed, they're not hitting it yet, so that's good. With the fan, it includes all the accessory that you need to install it. There was nothing that I had to fabricate. Everything was perfect. Came with all the screw and everything, so just follow the instruction. It was pretty simple. There was a lot more pictures, so just pay attention to the picture. Look online to see other fan installs if you have some issues installing fan before, if this is your first. I would say just take your time doing that. I have a ladder. I did it by myself, didn't need any help. It was a pretty light fan to install. So this is the remote controller they come with, as you can see. And in this remote controller here, you have all the functionality and the button. So up top you have the power on and off. You have the forward and reverse button. You have the 6-speed of the fan that you can control here with a stop button in the middle. You have 3 colors here for the light. It has 3 different colors. And then you have the light control here, on and off, and then brightness control. There's 11 level brightness control. I'll talk about that in a second. And then at the bottom here, you have the time functionality for 2, 4, or 8 hours. The light's really bright. I'm gonna turn it all the way down. Camera's adjusting for it, but it's really bright in this room. And we can change color. With the presets, as you can see, white, more bluish, and then kill the light for a second. But here's the fan, 1 speed. And at the speed number 1, it's actually pretty fast, and it's pretty smooth and quiet. There's no noise. All you hear is my nimble lawnmower. But if we go to speed 6 all the way, you can definitely hear that, and it feels like a hurricane in here. I really like this fan for how small it is. It generates a lot of air and a lot of wind in this room. This room is, 15 by 15 or so. It's a pretty decent sized room, and yeah, it generates a lot of air in this room. At the high speed, I'll let you guys listen to that. It's somewhat loud, but it's not noticeable. And on the low speaker number 1, it's really quiet. So what we do like at night is my kid get really hot, so I set it to number 1, and then I set it for 2-hour window. So after that, it just turn off. The other thing that I also have in my house is the switch itself is actually a smart switch, so I can also control everything off, on and off with that. It does has a memory. If you turn it off and you turn it back on, it does return to the last light setting that you have. However, it does not turn the fan back on. You have to manually do that. That is one area that I wish this would improve, that it would turn on and then remain exactly where it was last time. So that's one missing functionality, but again, that's pretty standard for this unit. The other thing I will say about the lights is that the lights themselves is a very small light in the middle. So you know, again, if you go the 10-inch down rod, you might get less light spread because the light is just looking down. So yeah, for me, the decision of going with 6-inch was for a different reason, but turned out it works really well, and at night it really lights this room up. For me, I use on the lowest setting for a reason, the lowest brightness setting. The light itself is bright and it's like a ring, LED ring, but the problem is that it's not really heavily diffused, and what that means is you get a lot of bright light, but it's also very blaringly glaring. So for me at night, we typically set it to the middle or down to like level 3 or 4 in brightness. If you set it really bright, laying in the bed looking at it, it's kind of, you know, really glaring and blinding you. So just keep that in mind. I think if the unit has a better diffuser, maybe a slightly different setup of the light, maybe it's on the edge instead of right in the middle, maybe that will make a difference. But in this setup here, it's designed to just kind of come down the middle, and it's really bright, but it's just too blindingly bright. Even though the light has 3 different colors, and I'll show you guys that in terms of color temperature. We like the more amber light at night. However, when you turn it on and off, the light that is, or the switch, it doesn't seem to remember to go back to that setting. So every time it always goes back to the same setting. The other thing is with these little color, if you change the one of the color, it always goes to like the maximum brightness. It doesn't remember where it was last time, so you always have to you know, turn it down after you change the color temperature. So for me, that's not a huge problem. I usually just leave in one color. We like the amber color again, and that seems to be pretty good. So in my experience using this fan, our kids really like it. I like the fact that it generates a lot of wind for the low setting that we have, which is great for at night, and the timers come in really handy if you don't have a smart switch. I have both, so I have a lot of flexibility, but 2, 4, and 8-hour timers are pretty good. Yeah, it would be nice if it has like a 1 hour, maybe a button to change the different increment. The control itself is quite large and easily readable, and there's a mounting plate that we leave on the wall right behind there, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, my kid really enjoys this fan. Again, the only improvement I will make on this is just change the way the light diffuse so that it's not so blinding you. It is around May 2024 at the time of the review. This fan was about $139 with $10 coupon on Amazon. So just check the price. It might change and it might vary, and check some of the other options they have. But yeah, it has been a pretty good positive experience of using this fan. We just have to control the lighting by setting it low, but other than that, really enjoy this fan unit. Again, thank you for Frstem to send this unit out for me to review. If you guys have any question for me, leave it in the comment box down below. Give it a thumb up if you enjoyed the video, and consider subscribing for more future content. Thank you.